Live from the Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios inside Park Forest. This is Steve Sporty Balls with the aforementionable Steve the Baxman Baxley. Tonight, it's sports, it's entertainment, and it's an hour. That's all you gotta know. Here's Steve. No witty reportage? I mean, come on. This is what, the only about the third week we've been on the air. Um, it's been fun. Mm. Yes, and I hope we got our little problems fixed. They sort of came at us early, but we're here, and we're glad to be here, and we hope to be here for a long time. But right now, folks, let's get you some sports headlines. And the combine, we got combine mania. Yeah, we got combine mania, folks. It's the NFL combine. It is a look. Hey, Phil, TMNT, how you doing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Phil in the half shell, Turtle Power. How are you, my friend? It is great to have you with us. Phil, TMNT, as you know, is a good friend of mine, mutual friend, the woman that coined this show, Sporty Balls, Mandy Summers. I mean, Mandy, if you're out there, come. Come on, you and Peter and Dale and everybody, they were part of this little show, and I miss you guys here. Anyway, if you're ready for a little weird sports news, I'm the guy that can do it. Anyway, okay, here we go. The first day of on-field drills at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis saw defensive linemen, edge rushers, and linebackers take the stage in Indy. They're definitely amazing. Look, that's wait till after the broadcast. you may think differently. A handful of prospects elevated their stock with strong performances, while others, sent scouts back to the tape. And some of the winners and losers from Thursday's on-field drills of Indianapolis. Let's start with a look at the measurements of the prospects and, of course, the top 25 consensus ratings. Dallas Turner in Alabama in the 40-yard dash did it in 4.46 seconds. Bench press went nowhere with that. Vertical jump, 40 and a half inches. The broad jump was 10'7", and the 10-yard split was 1.54 seconds. Yes, sir. 10.46 seconds. Did I say that right? 1.54 seconds. Latu from Alabama, his 40-yard dash was 4.64. He had a 32 vertical jump, a 9'8" broad jump, and a 10-yard split time of 1.62. And Byron Murphy had a 40-yard dash time of 4.87. A vertical jump of 33, a broad jump of 9'3", and a 1.69 10-yard split. Let's get to the grading of the top-rated edge DL, which is defensive lineman and linebacker. The edge, Dallas Turner of Alabama, got an A. He measured sub 6'3" and 247 pounds on Thursday, but his lack of ideal height was neutralized by his 34 and 3/8" arm length. His athletic testing was off the charts with a 4.46 second 40-yard dash, as well as a 1.54 second 10-yard split. He leaped out of the stadium with a 40.5-inch vertical jump and a 10-foot 7-inch broad jump. Wow. The edge, Latu, UCLA B+. Latu is a technically sound prospect. His athletic testing says, "Hey, Brett, how you doing? Oh, you came in good. His athletic testing should answer any remaining questions teams had for him. His grade is a little lower relative to the other sensational figures tabulated by the likes of Turner, Robinson, and Verse, but no one should be discrediting Latu's performance. He is a personable prospect who showed his spirit by supporting the other participants even when his workout had finished." Defense tackle Brian Murphy II, Texas, got an A-. A little undersized, but his frame silences some of those concerns. He has a thicker lower body build, which suggests he should have no problem holding up in the run game. Murphy showed good bursts and likely solidified himself as a top interior defender eligible for the draft. Jared Verse of Florida State gets an A. Physically, he looked the part alongside his shorter peers. He finished the season on a dominant note and was able to parlay that into an impressive performance in Indianapolis. He ran a 4.58 second 40-yard dash with a 1.6 second 10-yard split. His jumps, 38-inch vertical, 10-foot 7-inch broad, also checked boxes. The arrow is pointing up for the Seminole pass rusher. Another edge, Chop Robinson. Oh boy, do we love the name Chop. Yes, Penn State got an A-, 6'3" and 254 pounds. The hype surrounding Robinson's anticipated performance lived up to expectations. He ran fast, but the 1.54 second 10-yard split and 10-foot 8-inch broad jump also showcase how quick he can get off the ball. Brett's saying Chris Jenkins from Michigan will go in the first round, in my opinion. I don't doubt it, but look out for the quarterback in Michigan. He could also go in the first round. In fact, I'm predicting he does. He'll be a quarterback for the team that has a first-round draft pick. Well, let's see. Braylon Trice of Washington got a B-. He dropped some weight. JJ to Denver, that word. I believe it. Trice dropped some weight from the season, and the thought was that he was hoping to run faster as a result. He finished towards the bottom of the 40-yard dash time, so that was disappointing, especially stacked up against these other top-tier outings by his peers. The tape shows a professional who has a variety of moves in his bag. Other winners, defensive tackle Braden Fisk, Florida State. Defensive tackle Rook Horo, Clemson. Linebacker Peyton Wilson, North Carolina State. Linebacker Edgerrin Cooper, Texas A&M. Linebacker Trevin Wallace of Kentucky. And the biggest loser was Patrick Mahomes. As the on-field drills were about to commence, the Super Bowl champion quarterback tweeted at NFL Network, pleading for them not to use his 40-yard dash in a simulcast with often much heavier prospects. The NFL Network did not oblige. So, hard to hard. Okay. The breach of trust elicited the following reaction from Mahomes. He posted it up on Twitter, or TwitX, as I call it. It just goes to show us that not even a 3-time Super Bowl champion is safe on social media. The interaction marks Mahomes' first loss of the 2024 calendar year. Oh. Yeah, Brad, I agree with you. All Patrick does is cry. He can't help. He's won the Super Bowl, and now that ego is saying that he is godly perfection. and should be treated as untouchable. That's all I gotta say about it. There. Um, Defense tackle Johnny Newton of Illinois and Austin Booker, an edge from Kansas, also had a little bit of a big old problem. But now we move on from that. Brett says, Brett Sullivan, he will never be as good as Tom Brady because let's be honest, when Brady was with the Pats, he had a guy from Indianapolis called Peyton Manny waiting in the corner. My Holmes had it too easy in the AFC. Well, oops, message was removed. Anyway. More coverage of the fun and the thrills and the fiesta. I agree with you, Brett. Mahomes will never be as good as Brady because when Brady was with the Pats, the AFC was a lot tougher than it is now, and I do agree. More coverage from the combine on Friday. It's going to be interesting. Okay, well, the ink is not dry on any of the deals, but as power brokers in college football are in the midst of intense debates regarding the future of the college football playoff for 2026 and beyond, the Big Ten and SEC are currently pushing for a 14-team model that would not only guarantee 3 automatic bids for each conference, but also reserve the format's 2 first-round buys for each league's respective champion. Sources confirmed to CBS Sports' Dennis Dodd the 2 leagues lobbying for the guaranteed buys was a counter proposal after they originally pushed for 4 automatic CFP bids apiece. The proposed 3-3-2-2-1 model would also grant 2 bids, each to the ACC and Big 12, and 1 to the highest ranked group of 5 team. The 3 remaining at-large berths would be divided among the next highest ranked teams. Now, according to Yahoo Sports, seeding for the playoff would be largely determined by the CFP selection committee's rankings that differ from the 12-team format for 2024 and 2025, where the top 4 seeds in the bracket are all college champions. In this proposed 14-team model, the Big Ten and SEC champions will be the only teams to receive a bye, while then the rest of the automatic qualifiers will be seeded according to playoff rankings. Hey, Taylor Swift was greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. How are you? This is just one of multiple models on the table, and the final deal is likely very much a ways off. Sources also confirmed to Dodd, but the rush to get a consensus on the future of the CFP comes during a turbulent time for college sports. CFP leadership is expected to continue meeting and discussing the format proposals as well as the revenue distribution decisions. CFP Executive Director Bill Hancock has set a soft deadline for mid-March to reach a final agreement, citing the CFP's pending television contract negotiations as a major reason to expect a format decision soon. Okay, let's keep this one going here. Okay, also in the NFL, there you are. Also in the National Football League, the Minnesota Vikings are moving on from the starting running back, just as they did last year. The Vikings will release their incumbent starter while the Vikings waited until June to release Dalvin Cook. Last summer, Minnesota has already informed Alexander Mattison that he will be released for 34. Uh, oh. The Vikings waited until June to release Dalvin Cook last summer. Minnesota has already informed Alexander Mattison that he will be released, according to ESPN. Now, after serving as Cook's backup for the first 4 years of his career, Mattison was finally afforded the chance to be the starter in 2023. Um, he struggled badly with the additional opportunity, averaging just 3.9 yards per carry. And failing um, to score a rushing touchdown the entire year. He also fumbled 3 times, one more than he had in his entire career to that point. Matheson was so ineffective that the Vikings brought in Cam Akers via trade after the latter was surpassed on the Rams' depth chart. Anyway, I'll try that again. Matheson was so ineffective that the Vikings brought in Cam Akers via trade after the latter was surpassed on the Rams' depth chart by Kyren Williams. Akers progressively took on a larger role in the backfield before operations getting trapped like rats on a sinking ship. There you go. Hmm. 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 I agree with you, Brett. We do need a college football playoff game at Ford Field. Okay. Hello, guys. The Lions could win the NFC North. We'll just have to wait and see. Hey, LDG, how you doing? Let's get going to the scores. And quickly, too, the NBA. Let's get to Thursday. Thank you. The NBA, the Nuggets beat the Heat 92-81. Lakers on another comeback at the. Oh, wait a minute. No, wrong. Correction. Check that. 5:19 left to play in regulation. Nuggets lead the Heat 93-81. And at the end of the third, the LA Lakers lead the Washington Wizards by 4, 99-95. Here are your final scores. Magic over the Jazz, 115-107. Bucks over the Hornets, 111-99. Nets over the Hawks, 124-97. Warriors, 110. Knicks, 99. Spurs, 132. The Thunder, 118. And here come the Suns. They beat the Rockets, 110-105. The men's basketball, we haven't got a final score out of these three games. 4:23 left to play in the second. USC 67, Washington State 63. St. Mary 51, Pepperdine 30 early in the second half. And also early in the second half, Gonzaga leads San Fran by 20, 57-37. Sorry, folks, if I was caught sleeping. It's been a long day. It's going to be even longer. Southeast Missouri State for the women. Southeastern Missouri State beat Morehead State 70-63. Utah over Washington State 82-67. Delaware State over Morgan State 57-53. Maryland over Wisconsin 79-63. Niagara over Rider 75-56. Bryant over UMass Lowell 60-51. Little Rock over Tennessee State 68-46. Western Illinois over Eastern Illinois 64-54. Southern Indiana University defeated Lindenwood 75-38. Iowa over Kenesha 71 also to 58. Miami of Florida over Pittsburgh 62-44. Clemson over Wake Forest 68-64. Albany, that's right, I said it. Albany over New Hampshire 45-40. Bellarmine over Lipscomb 80-74. UT of Martin over Tennessee Tech 67-37. CCSU over LIU 65-56. Detroit over IUPUI 64-59. Austin P over Eastern Kentucky 63-55. Quinnipiac over Fairfield. Fairfield over Quinnipiac 64-46. Chattanooga over Furman 60-53. Old Miss over Kentucky 75-45. Maine over Binghamton 57-51. In overtime, New Jersey Tech over UMBC by 1, 77-76. And in two overtimes, it was Oakland over Wright State 80-42. Siena over Marist 73-62. Stetson over Jacksonville 55-51. Tennessee over Texas A&M 75-66. Wofford over ETSU 75-64. FGCU beat North Florida 75-33. FDU over Merrimack 71-63. Sacred Heart over Stone Hill 78-49. Lemoyne over Wagner, 55-4-6. Alabama over Florida, 76-73. Abilene Christian over Southern Utah, 75-42. Seattle over UT of Arlington, 81-77. Mount St. Mary's over Manhattan, 58-43. Boston College over North Carolina, 78-74. Duke over Virginia, 73-54. North Carolina State over Syracuse, 75-74. Notre Dame over Virginia Tech, 71-58. Northern Iowa over Valparaiso, 78-59. In overtime, Illinois State over Southern Illinois, 75-66. Drake over Illinois Chicago, 84-63. Cal Baptist over Stephen F. Austin, 100-96. Grand Canyon over UT Rio Grande Valley, 66-40. Northwestern State over Nicholls State, 55-47. Lamar over Texas A&M Cameron, 74-58. Incarnate Word over Southeastern Louisiana, 53-51. Missouri State over Bradley, 70-34. Michigan State over Illinois, 87-70. Auburn over Mississippi State, 60-77. Vanderbilt over Missouri, 68-61. Denver over UMKC, 74-60. Tarleton State over Utah Tech, 76-60. South Dakota State over North Dakota, 103-47. North Dakota State over South Dakota, 63-54. Nebraska of Omaha over St. Thomas, Minnesota, 79-62. Liberty with Justice for All, beat New Mexico State 60-56. Northern Arizona over Idaho State, 89-74. North Colorado over Weber State, 72-64. Louisville over Florida State, 70-55. McNeese State over Houston Christian, 72-64. Texas A&M CC over New Orleans, 81-54. USC in two overtimes beat Arizona, 95-93. LSU over Georgia, 80-54. South Carolina over Arkansas, 98-61. Eastern Washington over Montana, 56-55. Idaho over Mountain State, 58-53. UTEP over Jacksonville State, 70-48. UC Irvine over CS Northridge, 64-54. Cal Poly over UCSB, 73-64. Pacific over San Diego, 82-62. Santa Clara over LMU, 86-45. UCLA over Arizona State, 70-41. Colorado over Washington State, Colorado over Washington, 68-62. San Francisco over St. Mary, 78-74. LBSU over CS Fullerton, 74-59. UC San Diego over Cal Baker, 50-43. California over Oregon, 62-59. And Stanford over Oregon State, 67-63. And my sleeping is now going to be well known. I'm sorry, everybody, if I went to sleep on you. My apologies. Should never have happened. In the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, Chad Ramey holds a tie for the big lead over S.H. Kim at both 7 under. And we have a three-way tie for third between Andrew Novick, Ryan Moore, and Austin Eckroth at 6 under. Major League Baseball, your scores. Some of these folks had split squad games. Red Sox beat the Tigers 5-6. Braves in a split squad game beat the Rays 12-9, and they beat the Twins 5-0. Orioles over the Pirates 9-8. Nationals over the Cardinals 3-1. Phillies over the Blue Jays 5-0. Padres over the Athletics 5-3. Royals losing to the White Sox 6-1. Rangers over the Brewers 7-5. Rockies over the Cubs 10-9. White Sox, you remember, they beat the Royals 6-1. They gave the Mariners a loss. They beat them 6-5. Angels over the Guardians, by the way, 4-1. Diamondbacks over the Giants 2-1. Astros over the Mets 2-1. Yankees and Marlins ended up with a 0-0 tie, and the Reds over the Dodgers 5-4. Your NHL games, and right now let's give you some scores. 52.0 seconds left in regulation. The Kraken lead the Penguins 2-0. Minute and 2 seconds left in regulation. Kings over the Canucks 5-1. In the second intermission, it's the Ducks over the Sharks 5-3. Final scores: Bruins over the Golden Knights, the Stanley Cup defending champs, 5-4. In a shootout, Panthers over the Canadiens 4-5. Hurricanes over the Blue Jackets 4-2. Red Wings losers to the Islanders 5-3. Maple Leafs over the Coyotes 4-2. In overtime, Sabres over the Lightning 3-2. Stars over the Jets 4-1. Predators over the Wild 6-1. And Avalanche blanked the Blackhawks 5-0. In Argentinian soccer, it was Instituto over Gimnasia La Plata 3-1. Huracan defeated Rosario Central 2-0. And Baracus over Rivadavia 3-1. And my friends, that in a nutshell, oh boy. That in a nutshell is it for a rather sleepy staff here. We got about 5 minutes left. And again, my apologies, everybody, if I slept during the show. It's been a long day. And tomorrow is the second anniversary of me losing my mom. And it does not get any easier. But I thank you folks for at least coming in for what was a good show. We started out good, then all of a sudden I fell asleep, and well, everything just, we're playing catch up, and I apologize to everyone. Thank you folks for joining us, and hopefully I will be with you tomorrow. It's going to be one of those Fridays, folks. I guarantee you that. So if you guys will just bear with me. I'm just going to say thank you all very much. And we will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, but a little bit better. Thank you, everybody. And if you're wondering what's been going on lately, I do too. And I got about a couple of bills to pay, and hopefully my SSI check came. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And I'm just going to make a little check, see if anything came. Not, I know I am probably doomed. So right now, 12:32 a.m. 895.81. Well, I'm going to have to check and see if that's what I got. Oh boy, what a day. So we'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And sorry if I fell asleep on all of you. It's been that kind of a day, and tomorrow I am definitely going to need all the help I can get. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network. I am Steve, the Baxman Baxley, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you, and good night, everybody.